In part 2 of this Introducing Lesson Study video, we will take a first look at the steps in the lesson study process. The lesson study process, developed in Japan, has been adapted for use in many parts of the world. In some cases, aspects of the Japanese model have been adapted or dropped to suit the new context. There is no agreement about the efficacy of this pick-and-choose approach to the lesson study process, and some education professionals have criticized the effectiveness of some adapted models. Let's take a look at the lesson study process we are proposing for use at ACS International Schools. It is similar to approaches being advocated by University College London's Institute of Education. In most schools, the lesson study process begins by examining the strategic educational objectives. These reflect school-wide priorities developed by comparing existing student data and characteristics with the knowledge, skills, and dispositions students are expected to develop prior to promotion to the next grade level. As part of the professional goal-setting process, most teachers begin by thinking about the specific improvements to student learning they need to achieve. This leads to questions about the teaching strategies that are most likely to deliver the desired outcomes, and questions about how changes in learning will be assessed and used to inform pacing or reteaching. Teachers with similar or related goals, based on subject or grade level requirements, typically form teams of 3 to 4 people. The lesson study team members begin by self-evaluating their practice. This establishes a baseline against which team members will later self-evaluate their professional growth. The team selects a person with expertise in a relevant area of practice to facilitate their collaboration. This person may be a master teacher or someone with relevant specialist knowledge. This person is not an evaluator, but a collaboration facilitator who knows the field, can challenge the lesson study team, facilitate effective professional collaboration, and ensure the quality of the inquiry process. In the first meeting, the lesson study team frames the desired outcomes. This involves reflecting on and documenting what learning looks like right now and what they want learning to look like after the proposed intervention. This stage of the process also drafts a research question. The draft research question is stated using the prompt, "How will the action that will be taken with the target group improve the learner outcomes?" With the support of the collaboration facilitator, the lesson study team reviews the academic literature related to the research theme and the proposed intervention. This is similar to the literature review stage of the action research process, but not quite so formal. Using the evidence from the literature review, the lesson study team identifies the first person who will be delivering a research lesson. The research lesson leader works with the team to outline and plan the research lesson. The lesson plan is developed collaboratively. This is important because the point of the lesson is to focus on the learning that takes place, not the lesson plan or its delivery. On the day that the research lesson leader delivers the collaboratively developed research lesson to his or her class, the other members of the lesson study team attend the class as observers. As part of the lesson planning process, the research lesson leader will have identified 3 to 6 students to be closely observed during the delivery of the research lesson. These students may have been selected because student data shows that they are making progress at a certain rate, or because they have learning differences that may influence their experience and participation during the research lesson. The observers use structured tools to record their observations. At the end of the research lesson, the observers interview their assigned target students to gain their perspective of the learning the observer has just watched and recorded. This approach allows the development of mini case studies of different learners' learning experiences. In a debriefing session the same day, the entire lesson study team meets to discuss the learning that occurred during the research lesson. Discussions are recorded using pre-designed tools. The cycle of lesson planning, research lesson delivery, target student observing and interviewing, post-lesson reflecting and debriefing is repeated as additional research lessons are led by the same or other members of the lesson study team. A typical lesson study cycle includes 3 research lessons. When all the research lessons are complete, the lesson study team meets to reflect on and summarize their individual and collective learning, and to identify learning points worth sharing with others. For a team of 3 teachers and 1 collaboration facilitator, each person needs about 12 hours outside their teaching time to participate in lesson study. This means that lesson study costs are limited to class cover, which sometimes has no cost at all. Lesson study has other benefits. Teachers learn about new teaching methods and put them into practice. Teachers learn about how to better observe student learning. And teachers receive valuable feedback about their students from other teachers. In the following 7 sessions, we will be explaining each stage of the lesson study process in greater detail. We will also be introducing relevant research and examples of how lesson study is being used to improve student learning. Thank you for your interest in lesson study. If you would like to learn more, please look for Session 2, Framing the Lesson Study.